And it's a very good morning to Linda. Good morning.
Good morning. How about everyone? Glorious spring morning.
And it'd have to be. It's beautiful out there at the moment with the sun shining and all the wattle out and all the flowers are coming into bloom. Isn't it fantastic? Yeah.
My wisteria is out. And really, this is the first year it's been a reasonable show too. So, although I'll have a lot of work to do with it. It's going in a bit of it's going all around my rhododendron, actually. I'm finding all through. They're both on show together at the minute, so it's good.
Which one looks better?
Well, the wisteria is a bit paler than I thought it was going to be. So, the rhododendron is a glorious pink. So, I kind of like the rhodey better.
All right. Well, summer's coming up, and we've got to do something about sowing your annuals, tomatoes, lettuce, herbs, and summer salads. Now, how do we do that properly?
Well, you go to the shopping centre or the nursery and have fun because the selection is fantastic. I personally suspect and hear that we're going to have a hot summer.
Yeah.
So last year I had the best selection and success with petunias, and this year I'm just going to go for all those double delights and the cascading ones. I just think if we're going to have a hot summer, just for colour, you cannot beat
petunias.
Lovely petunias. But I'm also going. I looked around my garden yesterday. I had a lovely day, so glorious this spring. That some really nice crystal palace lobelia. I'm just really into that. So a lot of people are going impatiens, I've noticed, but impatiens need a lot of water. So, oh goodness, I've got something.
Do you do them in pots or you in the garden?
I'd probably do them in pots, tell you the truth, all around the back. I do put them in the garden, but I have an infestation of slugs. Possums, a few rats too, and it just seems to have a lot of hassle every which way with small critters in the garden, and then a big dog. So I'm trying to go more permanent perennials and that kind of idea, rather than,
So you've really got a nature garden.
Yeah, my attempt to do a cottage garden has really worked well, actually, without watering. So I know we had a lot of rain over winter, but last summer I only watered my garden twice, and we didn't have real hot weather. So, I did the first. Sorry, there's a lot of noise here. I'm at work.
Oh, right.
By a lot of noise. Sorry.
Well, someone's got to do it.
I know, somebody's got to work. And especially in spring, we've been so busy. It's just glorious.
And you into doing your lettuce?
So my daughter has finally decided to come on board with me this year. I'm terribly excited. I'm going to do raised beds. So lettuce, spinach, spring onions are the go this year. That's what we're going for. Mostly just nice greenery, and also maybe some bok choy and spinach.
Right.
That's what we eat.
That's all you eat?
Well, no, that's what we eat the most.
Oh, right. Now, is there any?
So we eat lots of stuff, but that's what we're going to have the best success for growing in our veggie patch this year.
Right.
They say that that's the best way to approach your garden if you're growing vegetables, is to grow what you eat the most of. So actually, I'll put in some capsicum and some tomatoes soon.
Yep.
But maybe not just yet. I know that apparently we're getting cooler weather maybe this week, so I thought I'll wait for another
week.
Week and a half.
Yeah, we got top of 26 on Tuesday and down to 15 on Thursday. So
that's what I heard. So I thought I didn't really want to give my plants a big shock.
Well, it's a shock when you walk into the garden.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to give the tomatoes and the eggplant, but I thought I'll do eggplant, capsicum, and tomatoes this year. No zucchini. Not have zucchini.
And
so all of those are going in, but probably I'll wait for another little while. So I'm very busy getting rid of oxalis, weeding at the minute.
Again. Or still.
I'm trying solarization in a few places this year because it's very testing.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Oxalis at this time of year. But the rest of the garden is looking good, really.
Now, what are you going to do if you're going to grow your veggies and you're going to in a raised bed? We've talked about this before, but just reiterate how you're going to fill that bed up.
Well, my plan really is this year is to do a raised bed with no dig method. So I'm giving it a real cash hot go. So that's layering it with pea straw or sugar, lucerne maybe, and then about an inch of compost. So about, say, 3 inches of straw, a good inch of compost, and then also blood and bone, and keep layering that up. So I'm trying that this year.
Right.
In terms of doing it in the garden, just if digging is great. Like it's just I have so much oxalis, I can't dig, and so I won't be digging. If you have oxalis, don't be digging because all those bulbs just come up again, and that's half my issue. It's because I did dig obviously to plant my garden, to establish it.
Mm-hmm.
So trying a no-dig method is obviously the best way for me, and raised beds. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll probably do about 5 layers because of that straw and pea straw, and then you build it up each year, and you can plant directly into it.
Right.
Keeping it wet as you go, each layer wet as you go.
Yep, and keep it moist.
Yeah. I don't do anything online, although I post it somewhere, but I don't even take photographs, so I'm very bad. I've opted out of the whole, constant contacting on the internet.
So how are you going to deal with, and when you've got the raised bed, how are you going, or you do it on the ground, how are you going to do battle with snails and slugs? Because you said there you've got a lot of slugs.
Well, if I get a really bad lot of slugs kind of come in, first of all, I thought I would try the electric tape. You know how they use that? Because I've got a raised bed. So we do sell like slug tape, that's slightly, and they won't climb over that.
Oh, right. Didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a tape you can borrow, shop for buy. That is slug prevention. They won't cross over it. We sell it. But then also, I thought I'd tried, how they do those slightly electrified copper wires, and they won't cross that either.
Oh, right. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, maybe it'll keep the rats out too, although I think a cat has moved in, so hopefully that might deal with some of the rats.
So you've got a natural born killer.
I need an actual, very big one under the house. A huge one, so there must be, I had a lot of rats last year.
Oh, well, he must be well fed.
Well, we were actually. They had every single apple, peach, almond. I think the possums at the almonds.
Right.
Yeah, I had a nice almond tree. It's covered again in almonds, but we'll see. I don't know how to protect for almonds from possums. If anyone has a good idea for that, I don't know, because you can't really wrap each one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not entirely sure. I suppose I could get barriers for the possums.
Have you got much lawn?
Yes, my lawn is looking good. Yes, I have got lawn, and I've been working on it the last few years. So I got rid of an awful lot of the weeds out of it manually.
Yeah.
Just myself. The paspalum I'm still battling with, but it seems a little less this year. And with all that rain, I managed to get a good lot without.
Yeah, with your paspalum, you've got to dig it out, don't you?
Yeah, I had to dig each one out. Occasionally, I try to use some sulfate of ammonia to try and toxify it out, with a lot of the big weeds.
Yeah.
I just use a handful of sulfate of ammonia and just put it in the centre of it. It just poisons it with nutrients. So, I tried that. And I did use some weeds, or I did seed the lawn there about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just very light scattering. But now I'll have to go a little harder. But around the back where I had all the oxalis, that seems to have killed off the grass. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Because I had a serious amount of oxalis. And no grass. So that's where I've decided to put the raised beds.
Well,
I'm layering them with solid cardboard on the bottom. I should have said these raised beds. I've layered them with cardboard on the bottom.
Right.
Start layering it with the straw and the compost and glue and bone. It's well worth trying because it just means it's a lot less effort.
Yep.
And, we all get a little tired of the effort. Digging is hard, especially when you haven't got, great depth of soil.
Yep.
So, when you're digging and you're just turning up oxalate, I'm just going, no, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah. And the dogs aren't digging it out either.
No. But Lola isn't quite as bad. But I have my son's dog at the minute, and he's a shocker for digging.
Now,
yeah.
we're talking about veggies, we're talking about different plants. Fertilisers. It's a great time to start to lay some fertilisers down around your plants.
Yeah, I started that yesterday. So I ran around all my pots around the back, just with actually curly carp. I just thought I'd start them off slow. And I did use some Osmocote in the pots. So I did that yesterday. It was a really good start. As for the garden, like my preferred, if you don't have dogs, really do go for Dynamic Lifter and Blood and Bone Plus with the potash. That's 1-to-1.
Yep.
It's my go-to. But with dogs, So I've been trying to, what I have used is using more organic matter myself, like just literally bags of beef manure for the flowers, because that's high in potash. Chicken manure for just the big shrubs, just put it around the base, and liquid fertilizer. So in my other garden, I did have a big bin full of disgusting smelling tea made out of a bag of manure added with water. But I can't really do this. I live a bit more suburban. You can't have too stinky when you're got neighbours on top of you. So, I'll be running around with fertilisers, but probably liquid fertilising on the cottage garden, which suits really.
Yeah.
So I use Thrive. But, and I'm also scattering seed when I scratch away the oxalates.
Right.
Just the packets of seed, see what comes up, cottage mixes.
And don't forget your mulch.
I have used some mulch, but I tend to use to tell you the truth, lucerne or fine sugarcane.
Yep.
I find it just adds back into the soil. So I haven't been using pine mulch.
No, I use the same. Yeah, I use the pea straw. Yeah,
it does disappear, and you do have to do it more frequently, as in like nearly all the time. But it does feed back into the soil, and it's just increasing that bulk of organic matter in the soil. It takes a long time to get organic matter into the soil.
Great.
So, just keep going with the pea straw. And I think that we grow that much sugar cane, and that it's a good way to use up the resources that we naturally create.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, rather than chopped on trees for it or...
Well, we'll be looking at transplanting some camellias and rhododendrons. Is that the right time?
Yeah, it's bang on right now. Also time to prune your camellias if you want to, just lightly, get a bit of shape back into them if you're and rhododendrons. But if you want to move and transplant your camellias, right now is the best time.
But I wouldn't do a big one.
No, but if you wanted to do a big one, that's nearly a year. You probably want to have started in July. You're going to a double trench around it, chopping it down, but taking nearly half of it out. Even transplanting your ordinary smaller camellias, you'd probably take about half off because the roots will take a long time to settle in, and they won't be able to maintain that foliage that they have already. That foliage. If you take away a lot of the growth, then you focus a little bit more on the getting its roots and growing its foliage. If you think about camellias, they have very fibrous roots, so they're quite one of the easier plants to move. The more I've been reading about it, they really are quite easier to move. So start around where the foliage ends. That's where the roots will be, the outside roots will
be. Yeah, the drip line. Yep.
Yeah, the drip line. And then I could take a good stick around there and try and not damage the roots. Have some, like, tarpaulin or hessian or something just to pull. When you do get down, you have to go right underneath the roots.
Yep.
Like, have a look at the height of it, because, you know, what you see above is what you see underneath.
Yeah.
But not as much with camellia. The roots are quite fibrous. And so they're not as deep rooting as some of the other shrubs we have. And firstly, prepare your space and decide where you're going with it. Because if you're moving it for a reason. So
exactly.
avoid those conditions.
And make sure you've got the right position in the garden.
Yeah, somewhere more shady, working with morning sun, like that's the best. That's
exactly.
the best for them, really, isn't it? That's where they really thrive the best.
Beautiful.
And prepare that site really well. So have it very well dug over, and a good big hole, like, you know, so that you can get it right back in. And don't use too much fertilizers or anything. Just some nice, well rotted or well mixed or purchased, you know, really old, well aged compost mixed through the soil.
Yep.
So never directly into, just mixed in through the soil, and and very wet. And then maintain it, and when you move it in, just backfill it, and then walk it in. Stake it if you need. If you think it's too, you know, but only if you think you need it. But you should have cut it down enough.
You should have trimmed it.
It doesn't be top heavy.
Yep.
And give it a year and a half. Keep it mulched. Keep it happy. It will take it time to get back, but it will come back.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was really interesting. There's a good website, because I did look this up. I haven't moved camellias myself. I tend to just, I've only inherited really big ones, and no point in moving them.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't get it deep enough. Yeah. I personally can't, unless you have an excavator or something.
Yeah, I've got a 40-foot one in the backyard.
No. So I just tried to tidy mine up, and actually it's gone a bit leggy now. And I thought, I'll go out and search it, you know, cut back. But you have to be careful. Don't cut it later, or you get rid of the buds.
Terrific.
Camellias only have a short time when they put down buds for next year, and that's, you know, so right now is the time, and then you're moving into that time when they're putting on their growth spurt, and they will in the next month and a half, 2 months, and then then really they chill out. They just, you know, keep them happy and healthy. Then watering them, a little bit of food. Don't go overboard with food. Less is always more.
Terrific. All right, we've run out of time. And thank you very, very much for that. And you can go back to work now, unfortunately.
Yes, I'm back to work, and happy days. It's so happy. There's constant queues, and everyone's so delighted to see the summer.
Exactly.
Well, the promise of summer coming, spring here after all the rain.
Exactly.
So
yeah. Enjoy. Thank you very much.
I think it's wonderful.
We'll catch up.
Longer nights are coming.
Yeah.
It'll be great. Or longer days, I mean.
All right, we'll catch up with you in October. Thank you very much.
Okay, God bless.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was Linda Duncan, and our resident horticulturalist.